Any business can afford any expense as long as its competition has the same or similar expense. General Motors, Ford, and Chrysler operated with the same labor union. They all pretty much had the same labor costs. It is estimated with benefits, auto workers were paid approximately $78 per hour. Toyota and Honda began manufacturing cars in America, paying their workers approximately $25 per hour, including benefits. In 2009, GM and Chrysler bankrupted. Ford mortgaged all its assets to survive. Clearly, GM, Chrysler, and Ford had an expense that was far greater than that of their competition. Because business cannot have an expense that is higher than their competition, minimum wage is a cap on wages more than it is a minimum.
In January, when the new Congress is sworn in, I'll become chairman of the Senate Labor Committee again. My first order of business will be the Fair Minimum Wage Act, a bill that will raise the minimum wage to $7.25 an hour and give almost 15 million Americans a long overdue raise.
We must learn from history, or we are doomed to repeat it. So let's see how Ted did. This is a convenience store that opened in 1971. We wanted to compare the year 1971 with the year 2012. Snickers was the best-selling candy bar in 1971 and continued to be in 2012. The largest convenience store chain in the world was selling Snickers bars for 7 cents in 1971. Snickers bars had risen due to inflation to $1.29 by 2012. The minimum wage was $1.60 in 1971. The federal minimum wage was $7.25 in 2012. A minimum wage worker could buy 22.86 Snickers bars for an hour of work in 1971. A minimum wage worker in 2012 could buy just 5.62 Snicker bars for 1 hour of work. The minimum wage has lost 75% of its buying power from 1971 to 2012. I call this the Snicker standard. For a minimum wage in 2012 to equal the 1971 rate, the minimum wage would be $29.49 per hour. The core problem is the declining value of the dollar.
I have directed Secretary Connally to suspend temporarily the convertibility of the dollar into gold or other reserve assets, except in amounts and conditions determined to be in the interest of monetary stability and in the best interest of the United States.
So President Nixon said he temporarily ended the gold standard in the best interest of monetary stability. So let's see how he did. First, where did the president get the constitutional authority to take the monetary system off the gold standard? The Constitution says that it is the job of Congress to coin money and set the value thereof. At the time, Congress had set the value of money at $35 equals 1 ounce of gold. Since President Nixon ended the gold standard, the dollar has lost 97% of its value. So much for the stability of the monetary system. Rich people like Warren Buffett own assets that hold their value as the dollar declines. Most folks work for wages paid in dollars with declining value. This is a transfer of wealth from workers to the elite. This is why the rich are getting richer and the middle class is disappearing. Raising the minimum wage simply compounds the problem. A sudden change in wages causes employers to automate and replace workers with machines. So what is the answer? Return sound money is by far the most important. End the minimum wage? The best workers should be looking for the best jobs, and the best employers should be looking for the best employees. In short, let free markets work. There is no alternative.